It's Week 16 of the NFL, and our focus is on Kyle Pitts. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Falcons and the Ravens on Thursday night.
Built on the side of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more likely is going to come away with the win.
Young Kweku has it all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Tackled by Rook Orororo. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. That's taken in at the 42. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. They'll be led out by the University of Cincinnati alum, drafted back in 2022, Desmond Ridder.
I think many of us in the NFL, Kate, we always admired the special teamers, right? They're usually the first ones out of practice. They have extra meetings, extra time, and when they do their job extraordinarily well, especially early in a game and flip the field position, you want to do all you can to pay off this opportunity.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Set, ready. Ready.
Play action on 1st down. Got a man, it's Drake London. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Ready.
Working inside the red zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Falcons get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Drake London with the touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Lamar. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. A.J. Terrell making that stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The rookie out of Washington making that tackle.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. Found his way through most of the kicking team. He picked up 25 on that return. And the Falcons will take over. First down, ball at the 36.
Come on, set.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second down now, 7 to go.
Set, cut. Ready?
Staying with Robinson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Cut.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Still has room inside the 15. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, you get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Robinson. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. So we're through 1 as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment.
Ready, set.
Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score.
Let's go now. Set, cut.
Once more, it's Robinson. And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Koo on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons double their lead to 14.
Ravens nothing. Young Wei Koo, kickoff for Atlanta.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And you always got to watch him when you're down near the red zone. He is sitting second right now among all NFL quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns.
180. Set up.
It's an option right that begins this drive. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Braylon Trice there to meet him. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Set up. 180. Set up.
Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Falcons and Desmond Ridder out on offense once again. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Now Ridder. To the right side and reeled in by London. They get 38 out of the play. And the Falcons will have a 1st. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Coup on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons stretch their lead to 21. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you play.
The Falcons getting close, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Oh, Kate. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
After the sack, another pass on second down. And they get to him again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Goodness gracious, this quarterback is taking an absolute beating in this first half, and you better have some ice for him ready at halftime. I'll tell you this, Kate, it has been a brutal couple quarters, and if you don't start protecting the quarterback, this guy may not make it and even finish this game. So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. The Falcons and Drake London headed back out onto the field. A nice 15-yard pickup on the return. And it'll be their football. First down, ball at the 36.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
Here's Robinson up the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Set. Ready.
Another carry for Robinson. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the inner harbor. The Falcons with the football. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Robinson on the inside give. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Baltimore running its offense out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the gun, Jackson. Headed out, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Jackson now on 3rd. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He's got it at the 24. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in New Orleans, where it'll be the Saints taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And the work's already half done thanks to that return. They're taking over at midfield. The Falcons and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And among his touchdowns out of the backfield this season, this one is notable. On that last drive, he hit a benchmark that he's been pushing for. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Throwing here, Ritter. Got a man, it's London. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch.
Come on, set.
First down, ball at the 36. Tight end going in motion here.
Set.
Ritter to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Set, hut.
Ritter setting up to throw. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. Drake London with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead.
Ravens, nothing. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, there's such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
180. Sit hard, Dot. Sit hard.
Another try following the sack. Brought in right side. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a nice return has him looking at a very short field now. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Down. Set, go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Now the give for Bijan. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On second down, Robinson. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown, his third of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons tack on 7 more to their lead.
Ravens nothing. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot.
From the 38. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
They'll bring out the punter here. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. Takes it in at the 26. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. This certainly is going to help field position. 26 on the run back. And the Falcons are going to be in great shape as they take over. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they have leaned on him to get this offense to the end zone in the game, and he's delivered. He's hit pay dirt 3 times. Part of a really nice game for him so far, Brock. Been returning good value on the looks that he's been getting. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Here we go, set, hut, hut.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's complete to London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30, and it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Falcons football as we start the 4th. They hold a commanding advantage here. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Here we go. Set, hut.
Ritter looking to throw. Has it down close. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here.
Ready, ready. Set.
Back to throw now. It's Ritter. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Hut, hut.
They'll throw it again. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Falcons continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Drake London with the touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and one more ties the record. And that is his 4th touchdown reception of the game. And if you wonder how rare that is, only a couple of active players have ever achieved it in their careers, and it's been done less than 50 times in league history. Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons continue adding on to that lead.
Ravens nothing. Young Way Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season.
DC,
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Clark Phillips with the pick. And the Falcons take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick 6, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. 4 of them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Set, ready. Ready.
They'll run with Robinson. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Ready. Hunt.
Handoff now to Robinson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Come on, set. Ready.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on third down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
They'll run it with Bijan. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Here we go, ready.
Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason.
Ready.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Down. Set, go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 1 yard on the play, and now they've got 4th down and 6.
Let's go now.
They send the tight end in motion.
Hut.
Throwing from the gun. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. First down, here's Lamar. Bails out of the... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 12-yard line.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff.
Automatic first down.
Ready.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go, set. Hut.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong.
Okay, ready?
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready, set.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down.
Set. Hut.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Set. Ready.
Another carry for him. He's got room to roam here. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Got it.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Ready.
They give it to him again. Room to the right. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Falcons are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Coup on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Coup all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Has this at the 6. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that pass is dropped. Fitting. That would be their final play of the game as we've reached the end of this one. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Baltimore.